Hello there everyone and welcome to a new review on the channel, and today we're looking at a product that a lot of people have been asking me, whether it's in the live, whether it's online, whether it's in other reviews that I've made in the comments, is when am I going to review Ghost Coin by Nathan Kranzo. Now I bought this when it originally came out, but of course Penguin Magic products usually take around two weeks to a month and a half for them to arrive at my doorstep. So that is why this review is a bit late, but nonetheless I do have it in my hands and I'll give you the best possible review that I can about Ghost Coin. So let's roll the intro and get straight into it. Perfect, so you decide to stick around, which means you want to learn more about Ghost Coin. Now what is Ghost Coin? Ghost Coin is a utility device or a tool that is going to let you vanish a coin in a very impossible way. Now, I won't perform an entire routine for you here for the sake of time, but I will give you just a glimpse of how this would look. So let's roll just a small performance of it right now. Perfect, so we're going to try something here really simple that uses just one coin and the hand. And I want to do this slow so you can see an empty hand. I'll place the coin inside, right? Nothing else, just like this, empty hand. All we have to do is snap. And if you actually believe that the coin is gone, then it actually goes. And you can see nothing in the hands, no sleeves, nothing. The coin is gone. So you've seen the main thing that Ghost Coin helps you achieve. So having seen that, let's talk about where do you buy this, what do you get, and how much does it cost. So you can buy Ghost Coin as of now exclusively at penguinmagic.com. It's going to set you back $34.99 US. And what you get is this typical packaging by Penguin and by most Magic dealers as of now. I think this is kind of the standard Magic product packaging. Your hard shell box with your magnetic closing top. And then you also get, of course, inside of the lid, you get your instructional video, which is around 30 minutes long, with Nathan Kranzo going through how this works, how you can work this around, how you can play with your angles, how you can play with the noise, how you can use this in different scenarios, whether it's a 3-fly, whether it's a coins across, whether it's a whether it's a coin through table, whether it's, you know, a coin in glass, whatever you want. He gives you so many different routines and applications of this. The tutorial is really, really great. And on top of all that, you get, of course, your Ghost Coin gimmick. So talking about the gimmick before we get into the review, there's a few things that need to be mentioned that I saw online. So the first thing is people praising the gimmick for being literally like built like a truck, saying that it's really, really good. And some other people saying the fact it's built like a truck is not that good. So there's both sides of the coin to this. One side, it's great that it's built like a truck because it's going to make the coin vanish in the best way possible. So it is built for a coin vanish, so it does it super well, which means that it's never going to break, it's going to last you a lifetime, it's going to work well, it's never going to kind of miss in its use, it's not going to wear down necessarily over time. It's going to pretty much last you your entire life, basically, because it is built that strongly. However, the downside of that is because other gimmicks such as these, usually you can do it with other things. So you're not obliged to only do a coin. You could do a candy. You could do a packet of sugar. You can do different types of things with other gimmicks. So, you know, the negative of this is because this is built so well around a coin, you're not able to do anything else except a coin, okay? So there's both sides to it. So if you really want to vanish a coin, this is one of the best utilities for it because it's built to last and it's built to vanish a coin like a truck. Also, I need to mention that this is only built for $50. You're not able to do it with any other coin. This is built for a US $50. So also keep that in mind because it is built for that and it's built for it to be only performed with that coin. Okay, so really keep that in mind. So having discussed a bit of the gimmick, I just wanted to mention that, as well as mention that the gimmick is, I don't know if all of them are. For example, mine is, I don't want to say too much, but the main thing that makes the gimmick work is white. And for these types of things, I expected it maybe to be black, since, you know, we're familiar with like black art and black covering black. I think it would have maybe been better if the gimmick were black instead of white. I don't know if that's just mine or if all of them are white. But yeah, I think that would have been a nice little tweak to have it black. But you can just, if you want, I think you could just take some paint and paint it black with not much issue if you really wanted to change it. You know, you could alter it. But you know, that's just one thing I was surprised of seeing when I got it. I was like, oh, it's white, because most people perform in like, you know, dark navy or black suits when they go out to perform their magic. So I was like, you know, it's a bit weird that the gimmick is white, because especially in those performing environments, it's going to be a bit weird. But yeah, so that's the only few things I wanted to mention about the gimmick. So having said all of that, what is this difficult to perform? Is this effect difficult to perform? And that depends on the routine that you do, to be honest, because the vanish of the coin is self-working, right? The gimmick does literally all the work for you. All you have to do is just be wary of your angles. We're going to get into that in practicality, but except for that, the gimmick does all the work for you in terms of the vanish of the coin. So the difficulty is going to come from the effect that you decide to do. If you want to do, for example, the coin in glass, it is super, super easy to perform. It is literally almost self-working. If you want to do a coins across or a 3-fly, then that will require more sleight of hand, right? If you want to do a coin through table, a bit more sleight of hand. If you just want to make a coin vanish in front of someone, just like a quick moment of magic, self-working, super easy to do. So this really depends on the routine that you want to perform more so than the gimmick. So difficulty-wise, I'd say between beginner to intermediate / maybe advanced if you're really into coin magic and you do some really high-tech moves and then you want to do a super clean thing at the end and make it just vanish like impossibly, then it's going to be a bit more advanced. So truly the difficulty of this relies not in the gimmick and the tool that you're getting, but in the routine that you decide to present. So what about practicality? So I've already hinted about this, right? Angles. Angles is the main thing that you have to be wary of this, because, you know, if you perform it for a group of people that are in front of you and no one is to the sides, you'd angle your body a bit like this to perform it like this. You'd angle your body. If your spectators are over there, you're good because you just have to angle like this and do it to them like this. If spectators are there, you'd have to angle yourself more towards here and you'd have to perform it like that. So you really have to take care of your angles with this, because there's certain angles, depending on where you perform, that people can see what's going on. So really you have to be careful of that. So that's the first thing that you have to be careful, is your angles. The second thing that you have to be careful is also the noise. There's a bit of noise here, not much, but of course, in most performing environments, that's going to be fully covered and it's not an issue whatsoever. But if you perform this in a bit of like not that loud environment, then maybe something is going to be heard. Not much. People are maybe not going to necessarily realize what that was, but there is a bit of a noise thing here, but not that much. So another thing about practicality that needs to be noted is that this can only be done with $50, US $50. So this can only be performed with what is supplied to you. You cannot switch the coin, whatsoever. It is built and manufactured for it to be only for one coin. So for some people, that may necessarily not be the best possible thing. And lastly, about practicality is it's pretty good in the way it attaches to you, which is what I'm going to say. You could do this in short sleeves, right? Other devices such as this require long sleeves, but this can be done in short sleeve, okay? So this can be done in short sleeves as long as you play with your angles correctly and you have a shirt that's, you know, a bit longer than your waistline, so it goes over your kind of belt area, then you'll be good to perform this in short sleeve as well, which is definitely great. So I think I've covered all the bases regarding the practicality of this. So having said all that, where would you perform this? So if you're someone that performs coin magic on stage or parlor, then this can definitely perform in those environments as well. You can definitely perform this in close-up or in a stage or parlor. If you already do coin magic for those situations, you can definitely use the ghost coin in those settings as well. If not, this works really well close up as well. So close up walk around, strolling, table hopping, weddings, venues, whatever you want, you could pretty much do this. Because another thing that I was grasping my head about regarding practicality is the fact that you can perform this standing up, sitting down, you can perform it however you want. You don't necessarily need a table as well. And I really wanted to mention that as well. So because of that, you can perform the strolling table to table. That is no issue whatsoever. But of course, if the tables are really close together, you'll have to watch the angles. If the other tables are watching you perform and you want to do this, they could see what's going on. But nonetheless, this has a wide range of places where you could perform it. So having mentioned all of this, what are the negatives and positives of ghost coin? So let's start off with the negatives. What are the negatives of ghost coin? So one of the negatives is that you are locked to US half dollars only, and you will not be able to do any other coin vanish with this gimmick. Now, if you know how this works, you could definitely make your own gimmick from another coin, because this is going to open the possibility if this is something new to you. For most people, this is not new to them, so they're going to be able to adjust it with other things that they have and to be able to perform it with other venues and other coins and other objects. But for this is US half dollar only. Second, you of course have to watch your angles. You have to watch a bit of the noise regarding this, and you have to be mindful of, where people are seated when you perform this, which kind of relates into angles. But yeah, you will have to be careful about that. So those are the negatives of ghost coin. So what are the positives? What are the positives? Is that the vanish of the coin is super, super visual. It's super well done. 2, the instructional video is very good. 3, the gimmick is built to last. 4, it's going to pretty much last you a lifetime. 5, this is super fun to perform, whether it's social media or in real life. This looks as good. And yeah, so those are the positives as well. It can be performed also table hopping, strolling, and it's pretty much very practical since you could do it with not many clothing restrictions. So having said all of that, would I recommend ghost coin, and what would I rate it out of 10? Now, this is hard because I really enjoy performing this, but in a performing environment, would it just not be better to do a normal coin vanish? Now, if you're someone that's super proficient with coins, then I think this is not something that you need or something that you should buy. Because I feel that if you're someone like Danny Goldsmith, which literally does the best coin vanishes I've ever seen in my life, or someone like Z that does incredible coin vanishes, or like many other coin magicians that are incredibly good, they could literally do you a vanish like super clean like that looks as good as the one that you do with ghost coin without any gimmicks. Do it super clean, almost angle proof, super well, right? So if you're really proficient with coins, you don't really need a coin vanishing gimmick, in my opinion, right? Yes, some of the things that you could do, like vanishing it on the table like this and going 1, 2, 3, and then having your hands empty, you can't really do a sleight of hand, right? You can kind of do it with sleight of hand if you're good, but you can't have the visual of the coin show up, right? You'd have to mask and pretend that you have a coin and then do it. So this really is hard for me to recommend for certain people, because if you're really proficient with coins, you have workarounds without gimmicks that can achieve this. However, if you just want to have something super quick and visual to do that's going to let you clean, so let's say you're doing a really slight heavy routine, and then as I mentioned, you want to do like a moment where they see the coin, they see it here, and then they just see it vanish to reinforce the sleight of hand you would have done before, to kind of destroy all the pathways that they made in their mind, then yes, ghost coin is recommended for you. If you're someone that doesn't like coins, of course I don't recommend it for you. If you're someone that just really liked what you saw and you see a use for it, and with my review that I think gave you all the information that you need to understand what this is and how it works, I think then yes, you will not be disappointed with what you are getting, but I'm split on whether I would fully recommend this or not, because I feel that a lot of what you could do with this, you could also just do with sleight of hand. It won't be as clean, but yeah. Nonetheless, I do think it's a good product. I do think I will be using it a few times. I don't know if this is going to be a mainstay in my acts or routines or my performing repertoire, but I will definitely test it out, road test it out, and play around with it in performing environments. So I cannot give it higher than a 9, but I also cannot give it lower than 8 because I do see myself using this a bit. So I'm going to give it right on the edge of it's a good effect, but I'm not going to perform it, which is between the 7 and 8 range, and something that I am going to try and use, even though I'm not sure, which is an 8 to 9 range. So I'm giving this an 8 on 10 because I do plan on using this and testing it out. But it is possible that eventually I'm not really going to end up using it. So I'd say between a 7 and an 8 on 10 regarding ghost coin. So I hope this was informative, and I hope this gave you all the information you needed in regards to learning if you would purchase this or not. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see everyone in my next review. Make sure to comment down below if you have any questions, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.